The Minnesota Media Archive is brought to you by North Metro TV. Your support helps make the archive possible. Please consider a one-time donation.
Run demo. Insert tape. Loading. Playing. Transferring video. Recording. Disc ready. Transfer your videotapes to DVD and digital at North Metro TV. $12 an hour for tapes. $30 an hour for film. Call 76323122803.
Good evening and welcome to McKnight Field in North St. Paul for the Section 3A softball tournament action between the Centennial Cougars and the Mounds Mustangs. How you doing, everybody? Dave Washburn along with my partner tonight, Matt Johnson. And Matt, the Cougars coming off a pretty tough loss yesterday to Stillwater to get them into the losers bracket in this tournament.
That's right, Dave. It was a 6-1 victory yesterday for the Stillwater Ponies. Here's a look at one of the runs that they scored. They scored 3 runs in the second inning, 3 runs in the third inning. Those were their 6 runs. Centennial only able to score 1. Here's a look at the hit right up the middle into center field for a single, bringing in one of the many Stillwater runs.
Well, the Mounds Mustangs, of course, coming off a loss as well. They dropped to the mighty Anoka Tornadoes 11-7 yesterday after defeating Champlin Park in the first round by a score of 2-0. So both of these teams looking for a win so that they can move on. The loser goes home after this one this afternoon, and the winner will continue to play as they will face the winner between Tartan and Chisago Lakes. If that game happens to include Centennial, we will be bringing that one here as well here on North Metro 15. Well, let's take a look at our starting lineups for the Centennial Cougars. Leading off will be Candace Blease. She's a senior shortstop. In the number 2 spot will be Amanda Dooley, the sophomore left fielder. Kelly Cordy in the number 3 spot. She'll be catching, and she's a senior. Lori Schoeneman, the senior third baseman, will be hitting 4th. In the number 5 spot is Lindsay Van Gilder. She's a senior center fielder. Becky Fafita DHing. She's a sophomore. She'll be hitting in place of the pitcher, Kara Tolman. And then Sarah Lewis in the number 7 spot. She's a senior second baseman. Melissa Arnold, a junior right fielder. And then hitting 9th will be Heather Muntean, the senior first baseman. And Matt, why don't you go ahead and fill them in on the defensive alignment for the Mounds View Mustangs.
For the Mounds View Mustangs, at pitcher is number 11, Kim Ani. And catching for the Mustangs is number 33, Ashley Farrington. At first base, number 25, Rachel Lawrence. Over at second base, number 21, Kristen Ladegaard. At shortstop, that's Carlson at second base, Christy Carlson, and at shortstop is Kristen Ladegaard. At third base is number 28, the leadoff hitter for the Mustangs, Jenny Gutterman. Sarah Carlson is in left field, Laura Linneman in center, and Robel is in right field.
All right, we're all set to go. The Cougars 19-3 on the season, coached by Janelle DiMartino and assisted by Susan Lash. There's the first pitch to Candace Blease, and that'll be ball 1. The coaching staff for Mounds View is Paul Arnson, the head coach. Frank Roth and Art Carlson are his assistants.
Blease batting .390 on the season. In 59 at-bats, she has 23 hits, in which 16 of them are singles.
And she also leads the team in runs scored with 22. This one popped out to short center and in and out of the glove of the center fielder Linneman, and reaching on a base hit will be Candace Blease to start this game.
Just short of the center fielder, they're not able to get to that little bloop in the gap, whatever they can get to get on base.
Yeah, that's just a little bit out beyond the shortstop Ladegaard. Well, Amanda Dooley will step in, and her bunt pop foul out of the reach of Ashley Farrington, strike 1.
Dooley a little low starting in that bunt position. When you show for bunt, you got to bring the bat up a little bit so you can bring it down, keep that ball on the ground, prevent a possible double play ball. The catcher grabs it, she can easily go to one for a possible double play.
Dooley, the only starter not to be a full-time starter last season. This Centennial team with a lot of experience. This is my first look at the Cougars this year. I was kind of surprised when I looked down the roster. It's like I could have grabbed a score sheet from last season and flipped it on the clipboard here because it's pretty much the same lineup that we saw last season. So a lot of experience out there.
And Melissa Arnold, who plays right field for the Cougars, this is her first start of the tournament.
And that one misses inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dooley. Dooley, a .328 hitter. And she struck her out.
Nice pitch bringing in the heat is Ani to retire Dooley for the first out of the inning.
Kelly Cordy steps in now.
Cordy scored the only run for Centennial in their 1-0 victory against Blaine on Monday.
And the first pitch to her is high, ball 1. Kelly tied for the team lead in RBIs with Laura Schoenemann with 19.
Cordy batting .397 for Centennial.
And that one misses inside. 2-0 now to Cordy.
A stiff wind blowing here today, Dave.
Yeah, it got chilly in a hurry when we got here around 4 o'clock or so. The sun was shining. It was pretty nice. The breeze turned to the north. That one low and inside, ball 3 now. And, you know, we have probably about a 20 to 25 mile an hour wind coming in from foul territory on the first base side. So it's kind of a right to left crossed wind. And there's strike 1.
The Centennial Cougars on Tuesday and on Monday when they played, they were wearing their shorts, and so today they brought out the pants for the wind.
Exactly, yeah, that seemed to be the debate of the day. Everybody talking before the game were deciding whether to bring shorts. This one popped up out to left field. Carlson over, and actually that'll be Linneman, the center fielder, to make the catch for out number 2.
Great catch by Linneman out in center, not too bad. Shifting over for the out.
Police will be forced to stay at first base, and that'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Lori Schoenemann. Inside pitch misses, ball 1.
Right, the ball across the plate there. Blaze had a pretty decent lead off of first. With 2 outs, she'll be running at the crack of the bat.
And there's a strike, 1-1. Ani, I should say, looks in, and a swing and a miss. 1-2 now to count on Schoenemann.
Schoenemann with 11 strikeouts on the season, tied for the most on the Cougar team.
And this one grounded out to second base. Carlson up with it, and she'll throw over to Lawrence at first for the final out. So for the Cougars in the inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. And at the end of a half inning of play, we have no score heading into the bottom of the first inning. Let's run through the batting order now for the Mounds Mustangs. Would you like to do the honors?
Sure, that's
okay.
not a problem.
All right.
Leading off for the Mustangs is at third base, number 28, Jenny Gutterman. Batting in the second spot at right field is number 5, Brianna Robel. Ashley Farrington takes up the third spot at number 33. She is catching for the Mountains View. And the cleanup spot is Rachel Lorenz at first base, number 25. And number 21, Kristen Ladegaard at shortstop is in 6th. And batting 7th for the Mustangs, number 7, Christy Carlson at second base. In center field, as we saw her make a catch last inning, is number 2, Laura Linneman. And taking up the last spot is number 16 in left field, Sarah Carlson. The Mounds View Mustangs starting lineup.
And defensively for Centennial across the outfield, Amanda Dooley in left, Lindsay Van Gilder in center, and Melissa Arnold in right field. Lori Schoeneman at third base. Candace Blease at shortstop. Sarah Lewis over at second. Heather Montine on first. Kelly Cordy behind the plate, and on the mound for the Cougars is Kara Toman. She's 10-2 on the season with a .42 ERA. She's got 7 shutouts on the season and 69 strikeouts to go along with just the 6 walks on the year. So a very accurate pitcher for the Cougars. And first pitch to Gutterman is bunted foul, strike 1.
I've seen Kara Thoman play a lot. She actually plays on another summer team, the Centennial Silver Bullets. I'm able to watch her play on that team. Really fun to watch. She brings in the heat.
Yeah, her and Kristen Storrs, very potent combination on the mound for Centennial. Storrs with a .11 ERA, and then Thoman with a .42. That'll miss low. Oh no, that one at the knees, 1-2 now. The count on Gutterman. Gutterman, the leading hitter for this Mounds View squad, hitting .412 on the year. And grounded out to first base. Montine will take it herself for out number 1.
Kara Thoman has pitched 67 innings for Centennial, the most of the Cougar team. Dooley also pitches for the Cougars, only 9 innings pitched, 1 victory.
Oh, number 2 hitter, Brianna Roble. Well, apparently that grounder down to first base was a foul ball, so Thoman will pick up a strikeout as Gutterman goes down, and now that'll bring up Brianna Roble.
Not a bad way to start things off.
Yep. Strike 1 to Roble.
Thoman with 69 strikeouts, as you said, on the year.
Popped up behind us, 0-2. Well, the Mustangs declined to provide us with any stats for today's game, and some teams like to keep their numbers a secret, which is fine. This one driven foul.
Opposite field.
Yep. So, but the reason I knew Gutterman's batting averages would happen to appear in the newspaper, so she's one of the Metro leaders in hitting. So there we go, another ball in play.
One of the greatest pitches I like to watch is Kara Thoman. She has a nice changeup, Dave. She'll bring it into you with you got 2 strikes on you, especially when she's ahead in the count here, 0-2. Look for the changeup. It got a couple batters on Tuesday. Let's see if she brings it to today.
Well, here's the 0-2 pitch, and that one fouled off once again by Roble, so she keeps the at-bat alive with a couple of foul balls here.
Got to be aggressive in a game like this, taking some cuts.
So once again, the 0-2 pitch, and she struck her out. So
I was going to say, if he calls that one a ball, that looks perfect from here.
a little bit of a delayed call by the home plate umpire, and 2 batters, 2 strikeouts here for Kara Thoman. And Ashley Farrington, the senior catcher, will step in. She drops one down. Thoman up with it over to Montine, and 3 up and 3 down for the Cougars here in the first inning. So after 1 inning of play, no score in the books as we head to the top of the second. And we're back at McKnight Field. Dave Washburn along with Matt Johnson, and no score here as we head to the top of the second inning. And Matt, the Cougars showing what they do best, strong pitching and some pretty good, well, didn't get a chance to see the defenses. There were 3 strikeouts, but even on that ground ball that wound up being foul, a nice play out at first base by Montine as well. So.
Well, I watched in an infield practice too before the game, Dave, and the Cougars looking very sharp on defense, as well as the Mounds View Mustangs. So we have a 0-0 game. Let's see how long it lasts.
All right, as we head to the top of the second, it'll be Lindsay Van Gilder, Becky Fafita, and Sarah Lewis, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Cougars. Due up, and Maybe if the folks in red get something going, we'll see a few more.
Van Gilder, a 381 hitter on the year. The second highest average, excuse me, the third highest average for the Centennial team.
And we're set to go as Kimani will look in. Outside pitch, ball one. Oh no, check that strike one. I have to be a little bit more patient with these calls. Our home plate umpire taking his time. So out to center field, it's in the gap, and rounding first, heading to second will be Van Gilder, and she'll cruise into second with a stand-up double to lead things off here in the second inning.
Great hit by Van Gilder. Both the outfielders, the left fielder and the center fielder, rushing over. Carlson and Lindemann, neither one of them could get to it. As you said, that one was in the gap. They bobble the ball when they get to it. They throw to three, but she's easily at second for a great double. Instant replay for you. Watch Van Gilder as it comes in. Swung on. Great hit into the gap. They bobble it out there.
Well, Becky Fafita, the DH, falls off the first pitch on the bunt attempt, strike one. Trying to get Van Gilder over to third. Fafita only a 200 hitter. Here's the play. They've got her in the rundown, and she's safe at second base. Diving back in is Van Gilder, and Fafita will reach on a fielder's choice.
That was a close play there, Dave. It's not often you get caught in a hot box and get safe. Usually you're out. Defense unable to get them there.
Well, and the third baseman, Gutterman, played it the right way. She ran the runner back, but didn't get the throw in time.
Good hustle by Van Gilder and alertness to dive in head first to the base. Take a little late.
Well, stepping in now is Sarah Lewis, the second baseman. So first and second, nobody out. And that'll miss outside. Nope, that's a strike. 0-2 the count now on Sarah Lewis.
Runners on first and second.
This one lifted out to second base and into the glove of Christy Carlson for the first out.
That would have been popped up. I believe we would have had an infield fly rule. Almost made it to the outfield.
Now Melissa Arnold, the right fielder, will step in. Swing and a miss at an outside pitch, strike one.
Kind of a slow swing there. She's going to have to speed it up to get Aunie's pitch.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest misunderstood part of baseball and softball when players are at the plate is the tendency to feel that in order to hit the ball hard, they have to swing hard, but bat speed is a lot more important than any other aspect of hitting.
Van Gilder aware out there on second base. She's taking a comfortable lead after the pitch was in the glove of the catcher, almost halfway over to third base.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Carlson tries to sneak in from second base position. 2-2 now the count to Arnold. Carlson not really cheating over. She's playing her straight up at second base. This one popped into the glove of Ani, so 2 down now. And the number 9 hitter, Heather Muntean, will step in.
Muntean batting 161 for Centennial with a home run in the season. Out of her 5 hits.
That'll miss low, ball one. That's one of the bigger dilemmas that a coach has, I think, when you have such a disparity in hitting. 1 through 5, all of the players for Centennial hitting well over 300. There's a strike, 1-1. And then the 6 through 9 hitters all hitting under 200. And you have to decide whether you want to spread them around the lineup and try to spread your hitting throughout the lineup, or pile them up all as DiMartino does at the top of the order and try to get as many at-bats as you can and see if you can squeeze a run or two out before you get to the bottom of the lineup. Out to center field, and Linneman under it for the final out. So the Cougars waste a leadoff double. They pick up no runs on one hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base, and at the end of an inning and a half of play, no runs on the board for either team. Head now to the bottom of the second.
Little look at the stands there. It's a pretty packed place here. Nice complex at McKnight. 4 fields here. On a windy and chilly Thursday afternoon. I can't say it's a great day for softball, Dave.
No, I'd tend to agree with you there. It's a good day for flying a kite. That'd be about the extent of it. All right, we're set to go here in the bottom of the second. Rachel Lawrence will step in, and she'll follow the first pitch. This one's yours.
Oh. Just about had that one, Dave.
Caught the top of the backstop and deflected it just out of the reach of Matt. So strike one on Lawrence, the junior first baseman. That'll miss inside, 1-1. Yeah, that's probably the greatest disadvantage that softball and baseball players in Minnesota have is battling through the spring weather, and just about the time it gets nice enough to really get going, then the season ends as school is out, and it's tough to
get in a lot of nice days.
Yep, exactly. And granted, there are many options for summer leagues for most of these players, but as far as the high school level goes, they never really get a chance to get going. This one out to Lewis, and she'll throw over to Muntean, out number 1.
With this wind, it is chilly. We see Muntean out there at first base has a long sleeves shirt on. We have a sweatshirt out in right field with Melissa Arnold. Not too often you see that. I'm not sure they're allowed. Are they allowed to do that, Dave?
I think so. She's got the hood up. I know they're not allowed to wear hats. They can wear visors, but she's got her hood up as well. This one into the gap in left center field. Chasing it down will be Van Gilder. Rounding second will be Lodgaard, and she'll cruise into third base. She's coming around, and here's the play at the plate, and she's in there under the tag. 1-0 Mounds View on the home run by Kristen Lodgaard.
That is a big play, Dave. That's a play where you have to be able to get that relay. It should have been an easy out at either third or home if they could have got the relay in time. But Blease bobbled it when she got it in her hands, and they couldn't get her home in time, and it results in a run for the Mounds View Mustangs. So
1-0 Mustang lead here in the bottom of the second inning. And that'll bring up Christy Carlson. So the perfect game, the no-hitter and the shutout all disappear on one pitch. Granted, it was early, but this one bunted out to second, and Lewis won't have a chance. That'll be an infield hit for Christy Carlson.
The thing that's different about softball than baseball is that it's much of a shorter game. Baseball is hit a home run, hit a triple. In softball, it's more bunts and singles that produce runs for you. We saw a nice bunt there.
Yeah, which is odd with the smaller infield and the players up close. You would think that they'd be able to get more hits out, but Here's Thoman. She'll go to second. Not in time.
I don't know about that call,
Yeah.
Dave. I'd go to first on that play.
Exactly. I was
myself.
just going to say, bad decision there by Kara Thoman to go to second base. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Linneman.
Little anxiety going on. I'm sure she's looking to get the lead runner, but usually you have a much better play at first base. Got to get that out.
So first and second now with nobody out, one in for the Mustangs here in the second. So 2 hits on the board now for Mounds View. And first pitch to Carlson.
Interesting to see if they can load the bases with bunts here, Dave. I don't know if you do it in this situation. You go down to first, you're almost for sure out at first. You can advance the runner to third, but you bunt down the third baseline, you got possible double play ball.
Yeah, and with Schoenemann playing up close at third base, you'd have to hope the police would get over there in time to make the play. So, yeah, you're almost a sure thing to go to first base. Here's a butt foul. Cordy can't get back in time. Strike 2.
And she'll have to swing now. With 2 strikes, a foul ball on a bunt, and she's out.
Looking down to get the sign is Carlson. She catches the sign from Coach Arnson.
She's sitting way up in the batter's box.
And this is bunted. Schoenemann will go to third.
Great play by the Cougars. Lori Schoenemann hustling over the ball. She's playing up already on third base. Easy out at 3 to get the lead runner and the second out of the inning.
So another fielder's choice as Carlson reaches and Linneman moves up, but second out of the inning now for the Cougars.
A bit surprised she bunted with 2 strikes on her.
Yeah. The only thing you can figure is she must be a very good bunter, and this one grounded fouled on the first base line as Jolene Ross, the DH, grounds the first pitch.
That one was just foul.
Yep.
Down the line, we probably had a runner home.
Now first and second for Mounds View, 2 down here in the second. They've got 1 run in with the home run by Kristen Lodgaard. And that one sounded like it went off her fist a little bit. So 0-2 now the count as Tolman works ahead in the count.
That is the first home run that Kara Tolman has given up this year, Dave. A little disappointing for her.
Yeah, and the key is, I mean, she's been ahead in the count on almost every hitter except for Lawrence, who hit that home run. This one off the fist over the glove of Tholman. Blease can't handle it. Coming around to home is the base runner, Linneman, and she'll be tagged out.
Easy play at home. Great job by the Cougars. Blease bobbled it, and you could see from coming from third base. Runner was anxious to get home, but easily out to end the inning.
Well, for the Mounds View Mustangs in the inning, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and there were 2 runners left on base. And at the end of 2 innings of play, it's Mounds View 1 and Centennial nothing. We'll take a quick timeout and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Well done.
For more tips.
Never touch the worst of you. Take a dream and throw it up.
And we're back at McKnight Field for the top of the 3rd inning as the Cougars will send the top of the order to hit. Candace Blease will lead things off. And she'll ground this one out to third base off the glove of Lodgaard, and she'll have no play. That'll be an error. First in the game on Lodgaard.
Slow pitch. That was a very slow pitch brought in, and Blease just nailed it over for the infield single.
So the leadoff hitter on for the Cougars, and Amanda Dooley offers at the first pitch, strike 1.
Dooley playing left field for Centennial.
And this one will be popped foul, so she's in a hole 0-2. She struck out swinging her first time up. The only strikeout victim of the game for Ani.
Dooley, a .328 hitter.
catches the outside corner. She goes down looking, so 2 strikeouts in the book for Dooley, and Kelly Cordy will step in. Kelly popped out to center field her first time up.
Got to be aggressive. Can't be watching strikes go by in an important game like this one. You lose and you go home.
And there's strike 1. You know, Honey doing a great job of getting the ball over the plate.
She doesn't quite have the speed that they might want, but it's throwing strikes. Got to count on their defense.
This one hit a long way to left field. Carlson won't catch up to this one. Lease around second. She'll come around to score. And here's Cordy rounding third, and she'll give the Cougars a 2-1 lead with the home run here in the third inning.
Beautiful hit. She just nails that one over the head of Gutterman and, Ladegaard in left field. Great hit for Kelly Cordy to get the two RBIs off of that one to give Centennial their lead. Have a look at it again. Cordy set in the box. Nice swing, little uppercut over the head of Ladegaard in left. No way she was getting to that one. And Coach DiMartino was waving her ever since she got to first base.
Yep.
You are going home.
Yeah, Schoeneman will foul off her first pitch, so 0-1 the count on Lori Schoeneman. Schoeneman grounded out to second base to end the first inning. And that one in at the knees, 0-2.
A little surprised with that call. Her and her coach both looking at each other like, what?
Caught that low inside quadrant just barely. And that one out to second base. Carlson up with it. Quick flip over to Lawrence at first base, out number 2.
That one was right off the end of the bat, making it go to second, opposite field.
Yeah, those are the kind that sting on a day like today.
Batting gloves don't do as much as you want them to sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah, you want mittens on something like that. Lindsey Van Gilder will step in now. Lindsey had a double to lead off the second inning, but was left stranded out at second base. And that'll miss outside, ball 1.
Lindsey Van Gilder for Centennial. Set.
Way high and outside. 2-0.
Van Gilder has 7 walks on the year and a .469 on base percentage, which is second to leading the Cougars.
Yeah, that'll miss outside, 3-0. This is only the second 3-ball count that Ani's had in this game. In danger of giving up her first walk here. Fouled off, 3-1.
Right at our camera. 2-1 lead for Centennial. Be nice to get some insurance runs here. Their defense is pretty solid though, but not too often they get this much production out of their offense.
Grounded out to shortstop. Ladegaard up with it, strong throw, and she got her to end the inning. So nice play by Ladegaard to finish things up, but not until the damage is done. The Cougars pick up 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base, and at the end of 2.5, it's the Cougars on top in this one, 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the third. The Mustangs will be sending the top of their order to bat here in the third inning as Guterman, Roble, and Ashley Farrington will be coming up to bat.
Centennial in their last 2 games of this tournament have scored only 2 runs, so they have equaled that already this evening with a 2-1 lead.
Now we'll see if Thoman can hold them down here in the third inning.
I'd like to see that change up, Dave. I know she's going to pull it out sometime. We'll just have to wait and see when. You don't see it too much in softball, but she's got a nice one.
Yeah, that's the kind of pitch you save for a key situation. Slight delay as Lindsey Van Gilder gets the shoes tied out in center field. She's set, and now we're ready to go. Well, Guterman struck out to start the game in the first inning. This time she'll bunt. Schoeneman up with it over to first to Muntean for out number 1.
Great play by Schoeneman. She was playing up already on that play. More than usual, and it paid off. Centennial's going to lose a lot of seniors this year, Dave. It's going to be a tough season next season for Centennial.
Yeah, some of these players, some of these seniors have been playing at the varsity level since 9th grade. I know I've been covering Centennial softball for, I don't know, probably 5-6 years now. And some of these girls, I think it seems like they've been on the team since I started covering them.
Yeah.
But as good programs are, they'll, I'm sure, continue to bring up that one through the wickets. They'll continue to bring up strong players through the program. And
that ball went right through Kara's legs. Lucky it didn't hit her in the ankle.
Yep.
Can't have your best pitcher injured. Not today.
So Roble reaches on a base hit here. That the 3rd hit in the game for the Mustangs, and Ashley Farrington will step in. She grounded out to Thoman to end the first inning.
The infield's still playing in on Farrington.
And she reaches, actually, nonetheless, Rachel Lawrence will be up unless she gets into a double play. This one popped up to first base. Muntean makes the catch. Route number 2.
Crowded over there at first base, the 2 runners and Muntean, the pitcher also over there.
Exactly. Yeah, I was looking to see where Roble was. I was hoping she didn't take off, but I couldn't see her behind all the other players over there. Then throw in first base coach, I believe that's Art Carlson over there at first, and quite a crowded area. Runner goes, and dropping the ball was Blease, so it'll be a stolen base for Roble.
And Blease, they would have easily had her. Great throwdown by Kelly Cordy.
Yep.
A little high, but the throw was right ahead of the runner, and Blease would have easily had her despite the dropped ball.
The pitch to Lawrence was ball 1, so 1-0 the count. Lawrence is 0 for 1 in the game, grounded out to Sarah Lewis at second base. And right back to the pitcher, Thoman over to Muntean, and that will end the 3rd inning. So for the Mustangs in the inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on. And at the end of 3 complete, it's Centennial 2, Mounds View 1. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back for the 4th inning right after this. And we're back at McKnight Field as the Cougars lead the Mustangs by a score of 2-1 here in the Section 4 3A. I guess we could call it the second round in the first round of the losers bracket, second round of the tournament
altogether.
Yeah. This will be their 3rd game, but since they didn't make it through the second round, we were debating that earlier. It's not really the consolation bracket either, because they still the winner of this game still has an opportunity to move on and get the opportunity to face whoever comes through the winners bracket. So
look at Becky Fafita there, number 34 Centennial. She bats 200 for the Cougars.
She reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning, so no official at bats so far in this game. Her first pitch is out high and outside, ball 1. Miss, low and inside, 2-0. Well, all the runs coming on something you don't see very often in softball, a pair of home runs in this game. That'll catch the corner, 2-1.
Just watching, it's an interesting way how Becky holds the bat. You can't really see it there because of the umpire, but if you can see right here, look at her hands. She holds them a little bit off the bat, moves them around a little, then she grabs it as she swings.
That one fouled off. Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit. I grew up in Chicago, and Ernie Banks used to do that with his fingers. The fingers were moving constantly until he started his swing. Just kind of kept his hands loose. I guess that's how you do it. Keep yourself relaxed. There's a strike, and she goes down looking.
Everybody has their own way of batting.
Yep. So the third strikeout for Kim On as Becky Pafita goes down to lead things off here in the fourth, and Sarah Lewis will step in. She hit a soft liner out to Christy Carlson at second base in the second inning.
Farrington out to the pitching circle. They have a little chat with Aun, hoping to hold the Cougars here, prevent them from scoring any more than their 2 runs. Give themselves a chance.
Lonnie looks in and pop up. See who calls this one. It'll be Ani that takes it for out number 2.
Ani doing a good job of calling that, getting her heads up. For the catcher, it's always hard to see where that one is, so it's a relief if somebody else calls it.
Yep. Now Melissa Arnold, the number 8 hitter, will step in. She's 0 for 1 in this one. She popped up to pitcher Ani back in the second inning. And will catch the corner, strike 1.
Some frustration from the fans back here about that call.
That'll miss just outside. Yeah, it's tough to tell. We're not directly behind home plate. We're off to the left a little bit. So the inside, outside, unless it's really obvious, tough for us to make a comment one way or the other. So swing and a miss at strike 2.
Pitch is a little low.
Yeah, here's the 1-2 pitch to Melissa Arnold. Yeah, it'll be low and away. 2-2.
Arnold, a 160 hitter for the Cougars. 4 hits, 5 runs, and 25 at-bats.
Yeah, that catches the outside corner. Catches her looking, so 3 up and 3 down for the Cougars here in the top of the fourth. And 4 strikeouts now in the game for Kim Ani. As we head to the bottom of the fourth, it'll be the middle of the Mustangs order with the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Lodgaard, Carlson, and Linneman due up. But yeah, I always figured as long as the umpire calls it consistently, and after the first round through the batting order, everybody should know what's going on. So
right. Not too often you get an inconsistent umpire. You can't ever blame a game on an ump. It's what you can do on the field and in the batter's box.
exactly.
Fulman warming up.
And now we're set to go as Lodgaard will make her way toward home plate. Well, Lodgaard responsible for the one Mounds View run with that home run back in the second inning.
See if she can get her second of the evening.
Dan Gilder shading a little bit toward left field. Inside pitch. Strike 1.
There's that changeup I've been waiting
Yep.
for, Dave. Surprised she used it on the first pitch, but I'm assuming Lodgaard is ready for the heat.
Get her thinking about it. This one popped up, and Blease will make the catch for out number 1.
Able to retire the home run hitter, always a relief for a pitcher. Look at Blease out there. Maybe some glove problems at shortstop.
She's had a couple pop out of the glove so far tonight. That one moved around a little bit, I could see, when she made the catch. First pitch to Carlson.
He's gonna say, it didn't really look like she squeezed too much.
Yep. And that one catches the inside corner, 1-1.
Carlson showing bunt there on the second pitch of her bat.
And she reached on a base hit back in the second. Moved over to second base on the fielder's choice by Laura Linneman, and then was forced out at third when Sarah Carlson grounded the ball out to Schoeneman at third base. All right, back to the glove of Thoman. And there's out number 2.
Thuman taking her time for the throw. And the easy out. Out in right field, I was mentioning before how Melissa Arnold's got that sweatshirt on. She's playing in a little bit too, surprising. Now we got a left-handed batter, so she will move back.
Yeah, Linneman steps in. She had a fielder's choice in the second inning. Strike 1 on Linneman. And we just about got nailed by a foul ball from the adjacent field here. That's one of the things when you have back-to-back fields like this. Strike 2.
Gonna say, where'd that one come from?
Yeah. Correction, that was 1-1. That first pitch was called a ball, so. But it's a 1-1 pitch now to Linneman. And this one will be fouled off. Now it's 1-2. But yeah, it's one of the dangers here is you get a lot of foul balls from the adjacent fields, and not only do you have to keep your eyes out in front of you, but behind you as well.
That one that she just hit went into the field to the left of us.
Yep.
So.
And that'll miss. 2-2. Rounded out to Thoman. Over to Muntean. And a 3 up and 3 down inning for Kara Thoman and the Centennial Cougars. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. At the end of 4 complete innings, it's the Cougars 2 and the Mustangs 1. We'll be back right after this.
First time she feels joy. For the first time she screams, Jesus, I am yours.
And we're once again back at McKnight Field. Dave Washburn along with Matt Johnson. And there you see the score. Cougars on top in this one.
Nice location here in North St. Paul. Home of the Polars.
And actually this complex, very well used. I was talking with a gentleman that I work with, and he says, yeah, we probably played about 200 softball games at this complex. And it's pretty much full every night. The first pitch to Heather Muntean, misses ball 1, by the way.
Do a great job of keeping it up, the grounds crew.
And this one grounded out to Lodgaard. Long throw will not be in time. That'll be an infield hit for Heather Muntean. So the 4th hit of the game for the Cougars.
Although that one was just in the infield, she nailed it hard. You could hear it good from here. She hustled over to 1 for the single. Not a bad way to get the 5th inning started. That brings up the top of the order for the Cougars.
And Candace Blease. She's 1 for 1 with a run scored. Also reached on the only error in the game. First pitch to her is high, ball 1.
Might have been a pitch out there, Dave. It looks like the first baseman was ducking down for the throw over to 1, but they didn't get it over.
And Blease will pull back in time. 2-0 now. Bonnie looks in. It's 1 low. They're not going to give Blease the opportunity to bunt here at this rate. 3-0 now, the count.
Most likely she'll just watch this one go by. Take the pitch on a 3-0 count.
Yep. And she's showing bunt. But yeah, she will pull it back, and it's right down the heart of the plate. 3-1.
A little confusing with this umpire. As you said before, he does call them late.
And this one popped up into the glove of the third baseman, and the throw not in time as Jenny Gutterman makes the play.
Good awareness there by Heather Montine to stick close to first base on the possibility that the bunt will be a short pop-up. And she gets back.
Now Amanda Dooley will step in with one away and a runner on first. Dooley's 0 for 2. She struck out swinging in the first and looking in the second. And she'll follow this one into the next field. Strike one.
That ball's coming in pretty hard. You just get the bat out there and it's going to be fouled off. Got to be aggressive, though.
This one popped out to second and into the glove of Carlson.
That one's going to sting for Dooley, too. It looks like it sounds like it hit right off the handle, and she's shaking her hands as she walks off the field.
Yep.
Unable to get anything going.
Well, Kelly Cordy will step in now with 2 away. Cordy's 1 for 2 with a home run and a couple of RBIs. The 2 runs scored for the Cougars coming off of her bat, I should say. And this one hit out to left center field, and it will drop in between Carlson and Linneman. Heading into third and sliding in safely is Heather Montine.
Very, very risky play there. Might have been a hit and run, I'm not sure. The coach for the Mustangs is rushing out to the outfield as it looks like Linneman is down in center field.
Yeah, let's see if we can get another look and see what happened out there.
Cordy's set in the box here. Pitch comes in hard. And unable to see much in the outfield there. There's a look at Linneman. Not looking good at all.
Yeah, Paul Arnson out there.
One of the unfortunate things about any sport is injuries.
All right, let's see if we can get a look at it now here with on this replay.
There's Cordy with the hit into the gap. Now look at the left fielder. She comes over. She should have easily had that one. She didn't call for it, I'm guessing, and that's when Linneman came over and just tripped over Carlson's foot, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know that there was any other contact. Maybe, Kenton, if we could take that back a little bit and see if there was any contact when the 2 outfielders came together. But the only other thing that I can figure is that
maybe bad footing out there in the outfield.
Well,
not sure.
I'm just wondering if they may have bumped heads or something as she came across as well. But it didn't. That's what I was trying to see if because she seems like it's not the type of thing where it looks like a leg injury or anything. The way well, maybe it is. They might be taking a look at her knee. So they might have bumped knees together. It looked like there might have been some kind of contact when the 2 of them came across, an ankle or a knee or something.
Whatever it is, she's not looking good.
Let's see if we can see it again here.
Ball drops between them. Linneman comes over.
No, well, it doesn't look like there was much contact unless she just hyperextended her knee or something, trying to avoid contact. Yeah, it looks like it just her right knee just kind of buckled on her.
Right when she hit the ground, yeah, I think that's what happened.
So
she had a few good strides after it looked like when she would have made contact, but it looks like when she hit the ground is what's going to hurt her.
So the trainer from Moundsview out to take a look. And I'm not sure if that's the Moundsview trainer or if The medical staff here is being provided by the North St. Paul Polars.
I believe the section president is out there
Yeah.
too. A lot of people looking out for her.
Well, 2-1 the score here as you get a look at the Mounds View players talking things over here out at the pitcher's mound. The situation stands with 2 outs and Heather Montine on third for Centennial, Kelly Cordy on first base, and Lori Schoeneman's due up for Centennial. Looks like they're going to carry her off, and yeah, apparently some form of leg injury, a knee or an ankle, and we'll see who comes in to take the place of Linneman. And
Try to get things going here.
yeah.
Mounds View taking advantage of the delay.
Yeah, 'cause
Warming
the
up.
2 players we see out there right now are Roble, the right fielder, and Carlson, the left fielder, 16 and 5. And yeah, it looks like it must be a knee the way they're sitting her down on the bench. She's not putting any weight at all on that right leg. Now, Paul Arnson will have to make a decision.
It is Brianna Vanelli who has come in for the Mounds View Mustangs in center field, number 31. Actually, it looks like she's going to move over to right field.
Okay.
And the left fielder and center fielder have just switched over. So now in center field, I believe, is Brianna Roble, number 5.
Okay.
And in left field is
Sarah Carlson.
still
Okay.
starter. So
Yeah. And what was
Brianna Vanelli, number 31,
Vanelli, okay.
has gone into right field
okay?
in place of Linneman.
So
With all of the statistical jargon, we are back and we're ready to go.
okay. And we'll update the score sheet for Mounds View on the other side when we get ready to go to bat. Now we're set to go. Now 2 out, runners on first and third for the Cougars. They lead in this one by a score of 2-1, and the bunt pulled back by Schoeneman. Lori's 0 for 2 in this game.
Schoeneman has 19 RBIs in this season, which leads the Cougars.
And a base hit to right field. Coming in to score will be Montine, and also coming around is Kelly Cordy. It's 4-1, Cougars on top.
I spoke a little right in time. 19 RBIs, you can give her 2 more there. Great hit by Schoeneman, getting it out into the gap in right center field for 2 more Cougar runs, giving them the 3-run lead.
And now Lindsey Van Gilder will step in. So the Cougars can relax a little bit here with the 3-run lead. And a swing and a miss by Van Gilder.
Here as they look at the replay, Schoeneman takes it opposite field, just into the outfield grass between right and center, and unable to get it as a right fielder. And Brianna Vanelli just coming into the game.
One grounded out to second base, and the throw to first by Carlson will retire the side, but not before the Cougars put a couple more on the board. They pick up 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. And at the end of 4.5 innings of play, it's Centennial 4 and Mounds View Mustangs 1. And as we head to the 5th inning, it'll be the bottom of the order of the 8 and 9 hitters, Sarah Carlson and Jolene Ross to start things off. Then we'll take it back up to the top with Jenny Gooderman.
Look there, the Cougars scored 2 runs in the 3rd, 2 runs in the 5th. Mustangs there, 1 run came in the 2nd inning for the 4-1 Cougar lead. Cougars, one of their best hitting performances that I've seen so far this season, and it is coming at a good time. Centennial won the North Suburban Conference undefeated. They seem to do that every year, Dave. They they do that and they're unable to get too far into the tournament, their hopes are still alive here.
We make our annual pilgrimage every year down here to McKnight Field to try to catch as many of these games as we can, as both Blaine and Centennial play in this section. So we get an opportunity to cover at least one, if not both of those teams through the section tournament. It's always a great time down here at McKnight Fields.
Happy to be here.
High outside pitch to start the inning to Sarah Carlson. Ball one. She reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. And that one high. Long delay may have affected Thoman a little bit. We'll have to see if she can settle down here in the fifth.
I didn't see her warming up on the sidelines as I did the Mounds View pitcher, Downey.
3-0 now the count. And she walked her. That's the first walk of the game for either side.
Kara has only 6 walks or bases on balls this season. Have a look there at the runner on first.
Yeah, that's a pretty good ratio. 69 strikeouts to 6 walks. Can't argue with that.
That's where part of her .42 ERA comes in.
From. Exactly. That one off the glove and won't be in time. I think we'll give her an infield hit on that one. That would have been a tough chance for Thoman. So the base hit will move Carlson up to second base.
At least there at shortstop was running towards second to cover the base, and they had to go back for the ball, resulting in the missed opportunity defensively for Centennial.
Yeah, she had to reach quite a ways to try to get to that one, and definition of an error is a player reaching a base. If a play is muffed with a, well, let's see if I can word this properly. If it would have been an out with a normal amount of effort by the fielder, and that one she would have had to make an excellent play to get that out. So we'll give her a base hit.
Great heads up by all of the Cougar defenders. Van Gilder was running in from center field to cover second there on a possibility that Cordy will throw it down to 2.
Schoonerman grounds it, and that will be an error on Schoonerman. Nice backup there by the right fielder, Melissa Arnold.
Just going to say, great job by Arnold of getting there, preventing the run from scoring. That is huge. Remains 4-1.
So the first error of the game charged to Centennial.
The Cougars taking a moment now to huddle up and around the pitching circle. This looking like Mounds View's inning. They're not doing bad here. Racking up the hits, trying to get something going.
So each of these teams with an error apiece. And the bases loaded for the Mustangs as Brianna Robel steps in. Brianna's 1 for 2 in the game. Rounded out to Muntean. She gets the force at home. Great play by Muntean to pick up the first out.
Excellent job when you have the bases loaded. Obviously, there's a force at any base, including home, and you need to get that lead runner. Cordy was there, gets her foot on the base for the out. Great job by Heather Muntean.
Fielder's choice there for Robel, so the bases will remain loaded now with 1 away. And Ashley Farrington will step in. And this one off the glove of Blease, throw home, not in time.
Great hustle there by number 12 for the Mounds View Mustangs, Jolene Ross, the DH. Cordy was there. The throw was almost there. She just wasn't able to get her foot on the base. It was thrown a little high out of her reach. So one comes in.
Yep. So an RBI on the fielder's choice once again for Farrington. And the run scores. So the Mustangs able to load the bases and score the run on the benefit of a walk, a hit, and a hit, an error, and 2 fielders' choice.
Base is still loaded. Cougars set defensively.
And we have a ball loose out in center field coming over from the looks like the Stillwater Anoka game next to us. Be interesting to see how that one comes out. Anoka, the odds-on favorite to win this tournament. Haven't lost a game yet this year. And there's strike 2, 1-2 now. The count to Rachel Lorenz.
Stillwater, the team, of course, that beat Centennial on Tuesday, 6-1. Anoka #1 in state.
Yeah, both of these teams looking for rematches as Mounds View lost to Anoka. 2-2 now, the count to Lawrence. 0 for 2 in the game. She grounded out to second base to start the second and grounded back to pitcher Thoman to end the third. Popped out to short right field. Long way to go. It's actually caught by the center fielder as Van Gilder comes all the way in behind second base to make the second out.
Great job by Lindsay Van Gilder with some leadership there. She is a senior for the Cougars. Coming in all the way from center field, Melissa Arnold, a little slow coming from right. Great job by Van Gilder of hustling to make the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Van Gilder was guarding the line in right field, so she really had no chance at all of getting over. She'll play more straight up here for Kristen Lodgaard, who steps in, 1 for 2 in the game with a home run. First pitch to her will be high, ball 1. Well, if Thoman can get out of this with only 1 run scoring, it'll be a great accomplishment for her and the Cougars here in the 5th inning. A little bit high, 2-0.
That first pitch to Lodgaard was right at her cheek, turning her face away from that one.
Yeah, she's probably not going to get a lot of good pitches to hit here after hitting that home run. We saw her last at bat. She was started off with a changeup.
Dangerous thing, though, is a walk here would bring in a run, so she's going to have to throw a strike eventually.
No, 3-0. It looked like at first the ump called that a strike, but so here's the 3-0 pitch now to Lodgaard. And it misses, ball 4, so she walks in a run. And Lodgaard will pick up her second RBI in the game as Jolene Ross will cross the plate.
2 outs for Mounds View. They bring 1 in on a walk. That makes it 4-3 ball game, Dave. And the Cougars defensively got to pick it up here to keep themselves in this one.
And Christy Carlson steps in, and there's strike 1 to Carlson.
Looks a little inside from here, but as you said before, it's kind of hard for us to tell that.
Off the glove of Thoman up the middle. Blease can't track it down. Here's the throw home, and they got her. So 1 run will score as coming around to score will be Guterman.
Excellent play by Kelly Cordy at the plate. The throw was high from Van Gilder, I believe it was, at center. Brings it all the way in. Throw was a little high, but she gets down, Cordy does, and makes a great tag to prevent the Mounds View Mustangs from taking a lead here, and that could be huge as we go into the final innings.
So for Mounds View in the inning, they pick up 3 runs to tie the game at 4 apiece. They come on the benefit of only, well, actually 2 hits in the inning. A lot of walks, errors, and everything else, and we'll total it all up while we go to the break, and when we come back, we will have the top of the 6th inning.
Throw it all away. Throw yourself another.
Well, as we head to the 6th inning here at McKnight Fields, we got us a brand new ball game, all knotted up at 4 apiece, Dave Washburn, along with Matt Johnson. And well, I guess it could have been worse for the Cougars in that inning, but the Cougars had an opportunity to get out of that inning with only 1 run scoring, but then this base hit up the middle scored a couple.
Great throw by Lindsey Van Giller getting in there. Kelly Cordy swooping around for the tag, preventing the lead.
And leading off the 6th will be Becky Fafita. She takes a look at strike 1. Fafita 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a fielder's choice. And she'll be in the hole now, 0-2.
Farrington had that mask off in a hurry, ready for that one. Great alertness. Now he's got to be ready behind the plate. Tough position, catcher is.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Fafita, and that'll miss just outside. 1-2.
Pitch that close, you got to be swinging at in a situation like this. Your team's tied in the 6th inning. You got 2 more at bats. You got to get something going.
Inside pitch, grounded foul. I'll have to charge Janelle DiMartino with an error there. She couldn't scoop that one up, but in foul territory. But 1-2 pitch misses outside. 2-2 now. Well, 4 runs on 6 hits for the Cougars in this one. They have an error, and this one grounded foul. Count remains 2-2, and 4 runs on 5 hits with an error for Mounds View.
That one was just foul over there in the third baseline by Jenny Guterman. Sticks out her glove. About 3 feet foul, maybe.
And an inside pitch right off the fist.
Might have been a little bit of a change up there. That one looked to be coming in a little bit slower. Fafita unable to lay off and fouls it back.
She's got the handle of the bat on that one, so be able to keep the at bat alive. And strike 3. 5th strikeout in the game for.
A very controversial call there. You can probably hear some of the Centennial fans not too happy with that as Fafita goes to the bench. She's unhappy with herself. Got to be swinging at the close ones. Here's a look at that. Fafita set in the box. Looked outside to me,
Yeah,
Dave.
Yeah, a little bit outside on that one. Sarah Lewis will take a look at ball 1. Or check that she swung at that pitch, so 0-2 now. She follows that one back to the fence. Now don't be ducking, Matt. You got a fence
Right in
between
front
you
of
and the
my
baseball.
face. It's a natural reaction.
I know. 0-2 now, the count to Sarah Lewis. Lewis is 0 for 2 in the game. That'll miss outside. 1-2.
That one has an interesting windup. Most softball pitchers are have a little bit of a quicker windup. She just kind of is nice and mellow. Bring it in.
This one hit in the gap into left center field. It'll be beyond the reach of Roble. She'll track it down. And stopping at first base will be Sarah Lewis with the base hit.
Excellent hit by Sarah Lewis on that one. Another single for her. Her 7th, or she had 6 in the regular season. 1 for her today.
So runner on with 1 away for the Cougars.
Here's another look at that. Popped up in center field. Roble hustles over, dives on top of the ball, and gets it in, preventing Lewis from going to second, and she's happy with her single.
Well, Alyssa Wallen will be stepping in to pinch hit. Or, excuse me, Alyssa Whalen, number 5.
She is batting .200 on the season. Pinch hitting for Centennial.
Yeah, for Melissa Arnold. My hands are shaking so bad I can't read my own handwriting.
Yeah.
Now is,
The pens won't write, they're too cold.
Here's the first pitch to Whalen. And that'll miss low, ball 1.
Alyssa looking for her first RBI of the season. This would be a good time for it.
2-0. Yeah, Melissa Arnold had been 0 for 2 in the game. And this one will jump over the glove of Rachel Lawrence and be a base hit.
Interesting play there. At first base, Lawrence is ready for it. She was playing up and trying to play the runner on the base, so she backed up right as the ball was coming to her. We have a replay for it here. We'll actually show it to you. Wallen runs down the first baseline.
Yeah, he didn't get a chance to see the hop, but it was rolling along the ground, and just as it came to her glove, it jumped up about 2 feet over her glove, and there's nothing you can do as a fielder about that. So a short base hit for the pinch hitter Whalen, and now Heather Muntean steps in. Heather's 0 for 2 in the game. Or check that, 1 for 2 in the game.
The second pitch that was way inside. Muntean having to get out of the way. Possibility that Alaney's getting a little tired here. One thing about softball, though, is when you're pitching underhand pretty quick, it doesn't wear on your arm as much as it does in baseball.
This one popped up on the infield. Lawrence there to make the catch. 2 down now. And now we'll take it up to the top of the order with Candace Blease. Blease 1 for 2 with a run scored.
10 RBIs in the season for Candace. 1 or 2 more here would be extremely helpful in this tie game.
And she'll step out.
Taking her time. An important situation here. Single would be crucial.
Rounded off the glove of Ani, and that's going to cost the Mounds View Mustangs a base runner.
The confusion that's going on now is that the coaches on Mounds View's side are a little upset. I believe that's Carrie Dietz pinch running over on third base.
Okay.
Ran into the shortstop, and possibility of some interference, but the umpire will not call it. I'm going to take a look at that once again. As you can see, the pitch comes in right off the glove of the pitcher, and you can see the collision there at the shortstop position. Carrie Dietz and Laudgard.
Well, we didn't see a ruling on the scoreboard for that, so I think we'll give her an infield hit. That was a tough play for Ani to make, so there'll be another base hit, the second in the inning, or check that, the third in the inning for the Cougars. So they now have 9 hits in this game.
A little delay here as Mounds View gets set. Dietz on third, Whalen on second, and Candace Blease on first for the Cougars.
And Amanda Dooley will step in. Amanda having a tough game, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. And that one catches the outside corner. Strike 1.
Not the situation when you have the bases loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning with a tie game where you want to have your batter up who has 2 strikeouts on the day.
Well, she's done her fair share of hitting well through the season. I mean, she's 328 coming into the game. So Not like she doesn't have the ability. She's just having a hard time figuring out Ani today.
Dooley's got her game face on, ready to wrap one.
Got a miss outside. Two and two. The count on Dooley. This one is caught by Christy Carlson to end the inning. So for the Cougars in the inning, they go scoreless, no runs. They pick up 3 hits in the inning. No errors and 3 runners left on base. They've left a total now of 7 runners on base through this one. And at the end of 5.5 innings of play, there you see the score all knotted up at 4 apiece.
Tough break for the Centennial Cougars, leaving runners stranded. They had runners on the on all 3 bases twice in Tuesday's game, unable to capitalize on that. And as we get ready for the bottom of 6, it's going to be huge if they would have missed those runs.
Well, as we head to the bottom of the 6th, we'll have Brianna Vanelli, who's in the game in place of Laura Linneman, leading things off unless we choose a pinch hitter.
It looks as if it will be a pinch hitter. It is number 26, Tova Reichen,
Okay.
coming into bat for Mounds View. A situation in the game now where you have to look for anything you can get. Whatever will score you a run will do. It's crunch time, as they say.
So the number 7 spot by committee here for the Mustangs. Linneman started the game, of course, was injured last inning, and then Vanelli came in to spell her in the field, actually playing right field while Brianna Roble moved over to center. Strike 1 to the pinch hitter.
Reichen way behind that one. Reichen, excuse me.
That's got to be tough sitting on the bench for approximately an hour and a half now. And in this cold weather as it is, then to have to come out and face a hard thrower like Thoman.
All the games around us are done, and we are still here in the 6th.
There's a high pitch, 1-2. So I think the Chisago Tartan game may still be going on behind us to our left here, but drawing a good crowd here. So 2-2 now, as that one misses. Sarah Carlson due up. Now I have to get this one done and over with so we can grab a bite to eat. The concession stand didn't open before the game. Matt and I both figured we'd grab a hot dog before the game, and
didn't happen.
Nope. And we've been sitting here for the last hour and a half smelling the barbecue. And so yeah, let's hurry up, girls, and get this one done so we can grab a bite to eat.
Game could be dragging on longer than we think with a tie game. We never know. We could have some extra innings here, Dave.
This is true.
Overstay our welcome here at McKnight Field.
And jumping out of the way is the pinch hitter Reichen, and she'll go down looking for strikeout number 3 in this game for Thoman. Kara struck out the first 2 batters in the game, and that's the first strikeout since. Sarah Carlson steps in now.
If Centennial would go on and win, there will be a 20-minute break between games. Maybe that break will be less now that this game might go into extra innings, but it should be a 20-minute break before the next game.
Well, they have to at least give us time to fill out the scorecards for the second game, so we'll see what happens.
And get hot dogs.
Yes. Well, I'll take care of the scorecards. You can get the hot dogs.
Sounds good, Dave.
And she swings and misses. So Thoman finding her second win here, picks up a couple more strikeouts. And Jolene Ross, the number 9 hitter, will step in. Ross is 1 for 1.
The DH.
She also reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. Chokes way up on the bat, and Thoman's going to have a tough time with this one. That's going to be kind of a tough call. What's your opinion, Matt? Hit or an error?
Well, I don't know. I'd say I'd give her a hit on that one. It was a little bit out of the way for Thoman, and the throw was there just a little late.
All right, we'll give Mounds View their 6th hit of the game then, and
Carl's doing a great job. When you show bunt to get back and be able to swing again is good.
a high outside pitch to Gutterman. Swung on and fouled. She's 0 for 2 in the game, but she did reach on an error and score a run. And that one misses low and outside, 1-1.
This is a situation with 2 outs where you don't want to risk anything, but you might want to watch Ross on first base as she could possibly be going to second, trying to get a steal as soon as that ball leaves Kara's hand.
And there she goes, the throw to Blease, and this time she hangs on and makes the stop.
Did I call that one or what?
You got that right. So caught stealing, and at the end of 6 complete, it's all knotted up at 4 apiece. And we will take a quick timeout. We'll be back for the 7th inning right after this. And it's the top of the 7th inning. All knotted up at 4 apiece in this Section 4-3A softball tournament action. Here you see the lines as Mustangs were able to jump out to that 1-0 lead. The Cougars came back and made it a 2-1 game, and then in the 5th went up on top 4-1, and Mustangs able to come back and score 3 in the bottom of the 5th to tie this one up at 4 apiece. And we're heading into the 7th inning, and Matt, in tournament action, you can't ask for much more than this. Great game played by both sides.
This one is down to the wire. Cordy has the most hits on the season for the Cougars, so hopefully she can get a leadoff one here.
And she's played a big part in this game as she takes a look at ball 1. She's 2 for 3 in the game. She's scored 2 runs and driven into with a home run back in the 3rd inning. Popped up to the right side, and the catcher Farrington will make the catch for out number 1.
Tough break for the Cougars. Whenever you fall one back as a hitter, it's disappointing when the catcher's able to get to it. Not a long distance here between home plate and the backstop. There was enough room for Farrington to make the grab and the out.
Now Lori Schuneman will step in. She's 1 for 3 in this game. She reached on a single back in the 5th. She's got a couple of RBIs in this one as well.
Schuneman with 19 RBIs in the season and batting .313 for Centennial.
The 1-0 pitch to Schuneman, blown away. 2-0.
The Mounds View outfield and infield set. Center fielder playing in.
And this one hit out to center field. And Roble there to make the catch for the 2nd out.
I guess she was playing in just the right spot.
Yep. Well, Lindsay Van Gilder will step in now. Van Gilder is 1 for 3. She led off the 2nd inning with a double and was left stranded. It looms large for the Cougars now as they're all tied up here in the 7th inning.
Centennial's last chance here to get something going. Have to count on their defense to bring this one into extra innings.
High and wide. 2-0. And that one's fouled away. 2-1 now.
The Centennial bench very anxious, all standing up, jumping up and down, cheering on Lindsey Van Gilder, hoping with a 2-2 count and 2 outs to get a hit for them. Their season on the line.
And this one right into the glove of Rachel Lawrence to end this half of the inning. And for the Cougars, they go 3 up and 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And now it's up to the pitching of Thoman and the Cougar defense to see if they can keep their season alive here and hold the Mustangs down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We're going to look at some of the hardy fans out here today.
They get to drink Coke and eat popcorn and hot dogs and all the goodies while we patiently wait.
Yeah, we'll get our opportunity.
It's going to come down to the defense of the Cougars, which has proven pretty well for them this year.
That's one thing about doing these May tournaments. I think in all the years I've been coming down here to cover the Cougars, the weather has ranged everywhere from sunburn to nearly snow.
And today it's done it in the same day.
Exactly. But only in Minnesota can you get sunburn and frostbite on the same day.
That's right. Unfortunately for Centennial, it is the top of the Mounds of the order. They're going to have to stop to keep themselves in it.
And Guterman will step in, hitting .412 coming into today's game, but she is 0 for 2. She did reach on an error and score in the 5th. And that one will miss, ball 1. She drops it down. Schoenemann will play it. And she's safe. An infield hit for Guterman to lead off the 7th.
The big advantage there for Guterman is that she is a left-handed batter. She stands on the other side of the base a little bit, just that much closer to first base, and she beat that out by about 2 feet.
Well, the Mustangs get what they're looking for to lead off the 7th, and they have a runner on as Brianna Robel will step in. She's showing bunt. She'll pull it back, low, ball 1.
Sarah Lewis hustling over to first in case of Cordy's throw down to 1. Kelly looking to, looks like she's trying to read the signs of the third base coach over there.
High wide pitch, 2-0.
Yeah, Kelly Cordy clearly looking down the third baseline, anticipating a possible steal by Guterman.
Runner stays put. And pitch low and away. Bowman in danger of walking Robel here to put runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the 7th inning.
As we said before, Thoman with only 6 walks on the year. A few today.
Yeah, she's given up 2, and that's a 4-pitch walk.
Very disappointing 4-pitch walk. Kara is a player who's always smiles, and right here she is not too happy with that call. And she's not the only one.
Now Kelly Cordy coming out and assuming the leadership role in the conference on the mound, and they all come away with smiles, so apparently they're feeling pretty confident.
We have a replay here for you. If we're able to see it. Shows bunt, pulls back, and that looked like a strike to me.
And what a catch by Thoman for the out. Nobody at second base, as Blease had gone over to cover second, or excuse me, to cover third, and Lewis over to cover first base. So nobody at second to make the throw to try to catch Gooderman off of second.
Great job by Kara Thoman diving. The ball falls into her glove. Unfortunately, Van Gilder couldn't get to second from center in time for the double play.
Now that brings up Lawrence, and she'll take a big rip at strike one. Lawrence 0 for 3 in this game. That could be a big play now with one away here in the 7th. And this one grounded down the line, and coming around to score is Gooderman, and Mounds View wins this one by a final score of 5-4.
The Mustangs will now move on as Centennial very disappointed with that loss, ending their season. A good effort put forth by both teams. Heather Montine unable to get that one over at first base, just out of her reach. And that's how much they missed the season by.
Well, the Mustangs win this one with 5 runs on 8 hits. They had an error in the game. Picking up the loss will be Kara Thoman for the Cougars. And for Centennial, they finish up the game with 4 runs on 9 hits. They had 1 error as well, as you see the final score. And a sad end to the Cougars season, but this is the way the season ends for every team but one, as they work their way into the state tournament and move on into the postseason. But the Cougars, with a disappointing loss here, they had this one in pretty good shape, up by a score of 4-1. But the big 3-run 5th inning really killed the Cougars as the Mustangs came back and tied this one up and finally got the winning run here in the 7th.
Very impressive play by both teams. The Cougars obviously doing a good job, able to stay in the game, and just like that, it's over with. But a little bit of confrontation going on between both coaches. At the end here, a little frustration going on by both teams. And as you said, for every team but one, it has to be that way.
Well, there you see the final score. The Mustangs win this one by a score of 5-4. That'll wrap things up here at McKnight Field. For my partner, Matt Johnson, I'm Dave Washburn, and for the rest of the crew, we'll see you later.
Blinding eyes began, the darkness in her mind, left and right inside her pulling kind. Pastel haunts her now, though she was just 15. No one